You're right, guys. Welcome back to this mini podcast. Thanks for those that watched part one, and hope you enjoy this part two. Going to be talking about most of the gaming industry and if you're in a clan, and a bit about myself and my journey as well. A lot of people don't really know who I am, and I thought I'd put it together. So yeah, my journey's been quite good so far. I still got a lot to do um, to reach where I want to be in gaming. Really, it first started off where I was just playing V Rally on the PlayStation, and 8 years old was great. Just getting that. Had it for Christmas, and it was like amazing. But now you look at it and you look at them graphics and how gaming's moved forward. It's totally changed now. And we look at the gaming industry, and yeah, a lot has changed graphically and other things. So I'm quite happy how it's moved forward. But I will say this: unfortunately, this year and last year, we had a lot of um, employees that have left various big companies, AAA gamers and things like that. They've just offloaded a lot of staff. We had a few that have left Twitch. We had Kickstart up. So in the streaming side of things, there's been a lot going on too. So yeah, it's been a lot going on in a few years or so. I mean, COVID did kick gaming quite harshly. We had a massive influx over that period, which was an awful time on the world for everybody. So I think that's kind of like had a big impact into the gaming industry, in my opinion. And I feel that a lot of people are realizing now that gaming is not always going to be the breadwinner of the family or whatever. You're trying to make money, it's going to be difficult. And I think a lot of investors that have invested into these AAA games, it's been difficult for them to actually see where it's gone. Because I'm not going to be honest, right? I don't know how you lot feel that are watching, but I found that basically you can put it in the comments what you actually think, but I actually feel that some of the games that are made today have been rushed. They've not been made like the old school style. Like they've not really focused on much of the story. It's mainly graphics and things. And I know that things have moved forward and they have to look at those, but I just feel that they need to have the recipe right to make that great game. You know, like Forza's a great game, and that was a big bit of a flop in my opinion. Um, you know, and look at FIFA, how that went. That's been up and down for years, and now it's EA. FC then takes us to new pages and see what happens there. But I have to say it's still the same, just a different name, isn't it? But yeah, gaming on a whole, the culture has definitely changed. I've noticed so many toxic people coming through, which I spoke on the last podcast, and we said about that. And yeah, as a gamer, you have to be kind of hard faced about various people coming into your streams and gaming world that they're going to test you. So I think for future, it's not going to get easier. It's going to get harder, and that's what I'm saying. We need to stand up against this hate, because it's just going to steamroll on, isn't it? And it's going to get worse and worse and worse. So I think it's important that people actually take it in and start acting on it, because the sooner we do it, the better. However, I don't control the industry, but hopefully I can influence it in some way or another. And hopefully, you know, if this a video reaches you, then hopefully you can take in some of the facts and information as I'm giving you. Like, this is what I do. I like to support the gaming industry. I'm not trying to downgrade it, but also be honest about it as well.
Yeah, some people don't understand that gaming can change in an instant, and
That's right. Yeah.
it's valuable information. We've had a good
Yeah.
run over the years with gamings, but it has changed a lot. I agree. So who would you go with, Kick or Twitch? That's the question.
Um, so if you were starting out streaming, then I definitely would say Twitch, to be honest, out of the two. I know there has been this big thing in the past year or so with Kick and Twitch, but there's also YouTube. So I know you said Kick or Twitch, but yeah, I think Twitch is still the biggest contender and the winner in the race so far. Um, I've always said it's never been about money to me. To be honest, it's about gaming, and I think a lot of people are just doing it for money. I understand that people probably want to pursue it as a career, that want to try and get money from streaming, and that's fair enough if that's what you want to do. But I just find Kick's gone a bit too quick for me, and there's some questions that still need to be answered, which I can't answer them, and Kick hasn't. Um, like it's just sprung up so quickly, and there's a lot of stuff going on. Like, I don't know if many people saw it, but I've seen some situations where Kick's had like porn actually on the system, which I thought was really bad when I first had a look at it. And a few people commented about it. There was actually a scenario the other month, I think it was, or something like that. There was a guy that actually pulled out a gun to a girl on stream. They say the gun wasn't loaded, but they actually was like having a joke with it. Now, whether it loaded or it wasn't, and I don't think that should have been allowed. Uh, yeah, he did get banned, but he wasn't IP banned or anything like that, so it doesn't stop him rejoining. And yeah, I haven't really heard much more on that. So if you do know anything, let me know in the comments. But yeah, I thought that was really bad. But Twitch for me, even though Twitch has had some bad stuff go on, um, they've dealt with it quite well. I have to say I'm not a big fan of certain categories on the platform. I don't want to go into it because it can be controversial and debatable. But but yeah, some of the stuff on Twitch is very very useful, educational for many people that are looking for gaming or other things, entertainment, music, etc. So I find that Twitch has a lot to offer, whereas I find that Kick is just basically gaming and gambling and stuff. And I haven't really seen much else on there. The times that I have been on there, it's been awful to support my connection, and I've got quite a good connection, and I don't know what it is, but I find that Twitch is fine. I don't have any issues, but go on Kick, you there's not a lot of stuff you can actually run with it. It's all like added on, and you have to do that yourself. So it's not like an all-in type of deal like Streamlabs you can use with Twitch. I don't even think you can use it with Kick yet. And that should have been the first priority is getting some kind of deal to get that across to that. It might work now, but at the time it didn't. So yeah, I think Twitch, in my opinion, would be the best for you to start out, regardless whether you're trying to get money or not. Facebook gaming, forget it. It's useless. I wouldn't even touch it with a barge pole. And if you're doing Facebook gaming and you're doing great, that's fine for you. But nah, not me. You're gonna catch me on that. I'd rather fucking pack fucking luggage at an airport than do that. It's absolutely awful. Like Facebook gaming, went on there for a week, and it was horrible. Like literally, it tags your original profile, so you get all your family knowing when you're streaming, and they start asking you questions and stuff. And you got to have a bit of private life. You know what I mean? Like family's family and gaming's gaming. Do you know what I mean? I just found it a bit too intrusive for me. So Twitch is the winner for me on that one.
Never would have imagined it being linked like that, but yeah, okay then. Okay.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about your experiences streaming when you've raided?
Yeah, I've raided a few people when I streamed, and it's hit and miss when you're raiding people. I'll have to say that some people I've raided, and I've had no acknowledgement that I even give them a raid, and I'm thinking, like, what was the point in that? I might as well fucking raided, you know, the guy over the road filming his dog, like, what's the point in that? I might as well not bothered. Honestly, the amount of thanks I've had raiding people, it's been a weird ratio, to be honest. I would say that I've had quite a few that have appreciated me, but then on a handful occasions, but some of them, well, they couldn't care less. And I've had quite a fair amount of people that I've raided with. And I always say this: it doesn't matter how big the raid is. It's the thought that counts of people coming to your stream. And I found that over time that a lot of people are really, really needy, and they actually leech on people, and it's wrong. I don't think that's right. Like, you won't catch me watching somebody painting their fucking nails just to get their viewers to raid me. No fucking chance. Who do you think I am? You know, like, not a chance. You couldn't even pay me, honestly. I wouldn't do it. Even if, right, she was the most beautifulest woman, wouldn't even do it. I don't care. Not a chance. No, I wouldn't. Not a chance. So, so yeah, no, I wouldn't. I don't like people to think that they owe me either. Like, if they raid me, they raid me. That's fine. But there's some people that just demand too much. You know, like, fucking get a grip. You know what I mean? It's streaming. If you're not good enough, then people ain't going to come and see you. Simple as that. You know, do your research, get good, be good at streaming, and then you'll understand what it's about. You have to market yourself. You have to push yourself. Half of these fucking people don't even know how to do it. They don't even learn. They don't even look. They don't even have the time. And that's the issue. They just think they can start up their system and that's it. I'm going to have millions of viewers. I'm going to be famous tomorrow. Good luck with that, because that is selfish, ego, and narrow-minded. And people like that are not going to get very far. They're going to find themselves going off a short pier and finding it's a big drop, because it really is. I'm not joking. Honestly, these people that come into this streaming category that think they got a mint system, I've seen it. You couldn't even run a fucking supermarket. And honestly, the power that they run into that machine. One kid streaming in the dark. Do you know what I mean? Who wants to watch that shit? You know what I mean? I wouldn't want to sit there and watch someone in the dark. Looks like a fucking creep out of fucking Crime Watch. You know? No, I wouldn't even raid anybody like that. It's not even worth it. Waste of my time. Um, if you make good content and I think it's good enough, then I'll definitely raid you. But I appreciate everybody that's raided me, and I will say this for the future people that are watching this. Always appreciate every viewer, every raider, and just keep positive, man. Keep going. Do you know what I mean? Even if the haters are in there, just give them positivity. They don't like it. Keep going. Um, I think there's a lot of potential out there for many streamers to overcome many things that are in the industry. I know that Twitch struggle to get on top of these things, but just report it and they will do it. And I'm sure Kick are probably going to do the same. I don't know about YouTube. I haven't spent a lot of time on there. But yeah, raids, they are what they are, if you like them or not.
That's really great. I know you've had a lot of experience streaming, so I thought that was
Yeah.
a really good question. Thanks for that one. You had mentioned that you've been betrayed in gaming. So could you tell us about that?
Yeah, there was a few people that have betrayed me. Um, it really did hurt me when I first heard about it. I didn't want to believe it at first, and this is why, gaming industry is a fucking turntable. Really is. 1 minute it's great, the next minute it's a nightmare, and it plays on your emotions and you're up and down. Sometimes I couldn't even sleep at night because it was something that that you've built and you was afraid of losing. There's one time where I actually let a friend in. He said, "I'll do this, that, and the other. I'll do the website for me, which I've paid for." And yeah, he took over and started trying to bully me. And he was trying to say that this was the way it had to be, and I was wrong. And he was saying that, if you don't change, you're going to lose it. Well, I took a bit of his advice, but he was saying to shut it down. He was saying that AFA wasn't going to happen. He said that everybody didn't believe in me and they were just using me. Whether that's true, I don't know. I don't think that was the case back then. I think he was just trying to poison the water, if you get my drift. So he was a bit of a bullshitter, if I'm honest. But yeah, I found that he tried to manipulate situations. The good thing about me, I've learned over many times, I had somebody create a server for me that tried to poach, so I learned from them. Don't trust fucking anybody. Um, you know, you can't even trust your friends at some point of it. And I know that sounds bad, and that's fucking true. Like I couldn't. I recently had a guy that was so close to me. Um, he was fucking hitting on a woman that I'm fucking dating and trying to, date with and stuff. He was trying to ask for various stuff from her, and I couldn't have that anymore. I kicked him from the group. I told him what I felt of him, and that was it. I fucking blocked him. You can't have friends like that. That's just the lowest of the low. Like and if I do see him, I'd whack him one. Because it's just morals and stuff. But there was times where this guy that came into the clan that said, was my friend and claimed to be anyway, um, and nothing but a moron. But yeah, he was just like, oh, this has got to be this way, this has got to be that way, and he created his own server and took most of my people across, fed them lies and stuff, and they thought they was making a new server for us, which he wanted to build his own. So yeah, that didn't go down well. When the news actually settled in, a lot of them came back, regretted going and stuff. So yeah, and like people need to know, I'm an honest guy. I'm a genuine guy. What I have no reason to lie to anybody, you know. And I just feel like a lot of people take the piss. And I think people need to wise up to it that the gaming industry isn't an honest world, and you can't always be nice. You need to be the person with a bit of a backbone. You need to be a bit strict. Otherwise, they just walk over you and they're just going to throw you around like a rag doll. And in this gaming industry, you need to make the rules and have a hard policy with what you're doing, whether it's a community, an esports team, or whatever you have, an organization. There has to be a backbone, and you need to have that structure in place. Otherwise, a lot of these members will overthrow it, and you will feel abused, worthless, and your energy will have gone to waste. So take that in note from my experience. There's a lot to take part of. And also, as well, time. If you haven't got the time for it, don't fucking commit to doing it. You know, I've seen so many people just pop up clans in quick succession, and these clans are not massive. You know, they're just small. Like, I'm getting a few friends and let's get together. They don't even have merch. They don't even have a team. You know, I don't even think half of them have an esports team, to be honest, at all. But yeah, they pop up and people join them thinking they're going to be the next thing, and since like sliced bread, you know, they join it and yeah, just nothing. So if you're starting something out, just make sure that you do your homework, you know, do your research on it, if it's the right place for you to be, how long that person's been doing it, etc. So, but yeah, trust wise, I wouldn't trust anybody, you know. Obviously, I have friends that I kind of trust and I have valuable people, but overall, you can't really trust anybody in this gaming industry because you just don't know, you know. Everybody's in it for themselves. There's always something for them. So understand that.
They never thought friends would betray you, but guess it happened, you know, and you've experienced it. But the gaming world is a strange place, you know, so thanks for that one. So with Discord, is there anything that you want to add, that anything might be useful to others?
Yeah, so what I was going to say is with, you know, untrusting things, um, it brings to mind of when people say, oh, do you have a visitor section in your Discord? Um, so for those that have a visitor section that run a clan and stuff like that, then I find that people tend to abuse that feature by trying to poach and stuff. You get a lot of people trying to poach for their communities and things these days. And when you're trying to have like a close fit, um, you know, group, and for them to grow with you, it's very difficult when you get those outsiders coming in that say, "Oh yeah, I can do this and I can do better stuff," and "Oh yeah, and we pay for this and stuff." Like, come on, do you know what I mean? Not everybody is going to be truthful, and people just are so gullible. They just click their fingers and run. Like, you know, it's it's so stupid. The amount of people I've seen just walk out of the server. It's like they've been told, I'll give you 1 million if you join me, sort of thing. And it's like, yeah, why not? And they're fucking stupid. Do you know what I mean? They're so fucking gullible. It's unbelievable, honestly. Like, I've watched it so many times, and everyone follows. You know, they're just like, yeah, yeah, I'm going too. You know, they get over there, and it's just like dead server. It's not even finished. You know, um, I've had messages where people have like been begging to come back to the clan because they've made the wrong mistake. Oh, and it's funny because they made that choice. You know, they made that choice, and like I say, you made your bed, fucking lie in it. You know, you made your bed, lie in it, and I know it's harsh, but they did. They made their choice, and with AFA, you only get one chance. You know, so make that chance matter. Do you know what I mean? Like, and the reason why I say that is because people tend to take it more seriously than if you know you got one more chance, that chance to do everything. But if you haven't, then and you got loads of chances, they tend to feel like they can run a mockery in the server and push you around, and they think they can be the Rocky of the server and you know, always get the last punch in, sort of thing. But now you got to have your rules where your rules are for those reasons. And I feel that I wouldn't have a visitor section because it creates too much drama. You know, there's enough drama in gaming and the real world as there is without adding any more to it. Do you know what I mean? Just, you wouldn't pour more fucking petrol on the fire, you know? I don't know who started this idea, but like, I know there's quite a few that think it's highly fantastic. Fucking deluded people for you. But yeah, that's my opinion. But not here, not in AFA. No. If you want in, that's fine. If you don't, then fair enough. You can join the community side, but we only let so many in that side. As you know, it's it's literally got quite a bit in it, and we don't want to go over our numbers. We like to keep it at a steady valued number so we can manage it well, and that's the most important thing, really. It's never been about having that highest amount of numbers. It's always been quality over quantity. So yeah, I feel like it's managed quite well that way. But I know a lot of discords and run differently, and they run fine. So I like to say that, well, as long as it's okay here, that's the main thing. So yeah, visitors, not a great idea.
All right, and I guess that'll add more unwanted trouble, right?
Yeah,
So yeah, I totally understand, and I didn't realise it was like that. So yeah. Mention you've been to rock bottom.
yeah, I can say that I've been to rock bottom. I've hit a really dark place quite a few times actually. People don't probably realise how deep things have got, but when you've had death threats and people just think they can get away with stuff, it can be quite deep, to be honest. Just waking up and opening that mail, it's not nice. And I've learned to deal with it over the years. I just get used to it and bin it. But they can make new accounts, and you can't block those accounts because they keep making new ones. So it gets harder every day. And even though that you know you step away or whatever, it's always there. You always know that you've had that message in your mind. People don't understand that. People don't understand that running a clan or a community, business, whatever, if you're the top dog, then you get all the flack, you get all the mail. It's on you. You know what I mean? It's a lot to deal with if you're not ready for it. And I feel like people take on more than they bargain for. To be honest, I've been quite good really with my community because I've got it nailed down pretty well. But I have found things very difficult. I'm not going to lie. There's been close occasions where I thought, this might be my last breath here, but I'm glad that I turned the corner and things changed. But it's only because I have a good team behind me, and it's a clan that I've built that support me in some ways. There's a lot of members that joined, but I don't feel I get the appreciation that I've actually deserved. They just come in and not half of them even said hello to me, which is very disrespectful, really. Considering I've made it, brought it up and stuff. Like literally, they just do their own thing in the Discord. It's got to the point where I've had to leave, um, and I just don't know if I feel appreciated enough to even go back at this point. Um, it's just I've done so much, and when you do so much, and people just look at you and say, "Oh yeah, thanks," that's not really enough for me. Like, you've been doing it for years, you've been building this, you've brought these people to make friends, and all you can say is thanks. Like, don't insult me. You know, this isn't a thank you letter. You know, so I just felt like shit, to be honest. I felt like this isn't what I wanted. This isn't what I planned, and I have to stick by the rules. I can't get rid of people because they've done nothing wrong, but I just feel like I should be appreciated more.
Would you return to AFA?
Would I go back? Yeah, I suppose I would go back, but it has to be the right time. I mean, I've been there for a long time now. It's got to have been 3 years, something like that. And I just feel like, is this really what I want still? Like, I've hit so many challenges in my life, and I just feel like I'm getting on in age. Is it really what I want to do to carry on? I wasn't even respected in the server that much. Like, I had people coming in, and they would join, and I wouldn't even get acknowledgement in the server. Like, how crazy is that? A leader like me and influencing people to play games better, and yeah, they just, yeah. I got blanked quite a few times actually. I've actually been in the server and I had no reply. I've done podcasts in the actual Discord. No one would actually bother to come in and listen. They didn't care, and it's just like falling on deaf ears. And I don't know if that's a place that I want to spend most of my time if people are not going to appreciate the time that I'm giving to them. It's just disgusting, really. And the fact that they, think that it's acceptable is a different story. But I've brought them people there to benefit them, but they can't benefit me by giving me just a little small portion of their time. It's disgusting. And I hope they understand that me not being there is because of them, because it does hurt when you bring someone into a community and they just turn their cheek and as if you're a stranger. And to me, that's not good enough. And I've been doing it a long time. I've set this Discord up, and it doesn't take a day, it takes weeks. And that's how you get treated. Someone's going to walk. And that's what I've done. And for this moment in time, I think it was the best thing to do, really, because mentally, I was at a point where if I don't go now, I'm just going to delete the whole thing. And that could be a lot worse. At the moment, things could be salvaged, but we will see. As AFA goes, it's still strong, but it's whether the members want it, whether the members want it to carry on. If they want to give it and they want to put their all into it when they've got time, even if it's just a bit. So I don't ask for everybody's commitment to drop everything, work and all that, because I know it's difficult. But just show a bit of commitment. That's all we ask, and I think we'll be on the right track. To be honest, I really do.
That's great news. Thank you so much.
I'm the right ones in their eyes, they ain't got that dog in them. Yeah, if one jump, then we all get them. You don't want it as bad as me. Yeah, it's clear, it ain't hard to see. All this greatness inside of me. All this greatness inside of me. Soon as I walk in